So 2021 started with a lot of dashing and bashing ASAP. You know, at the Capitol, at Wall Street, people were just like snatching things up and putting their feet on desks. All kinds of crazy stuff was happening.
They dashed past the security lines and they bashed windows with riot shields that they got from the cops.
Yeah, and then people are selling GameStop stocks at like $300 a pop somehow. You know, so that's what's happening right now. But we want to give perspective, because right now a lot of the media is like, why are these people doing this at GameStop? Why are these people just so angry? You want to do this to hedge fund managers who have all these boats and and houses everywhere. You're hurting these rich people. Why? Please stop hurting them. So that's what's happening right now. So we're gonna give a perspective of why people are so upset, and I'm gonna give you this one crazy example that happened under the radar this year. Another kind of dash and bash. So we all know Amazon is run by Jeff Bezos, which is kind of like the richest man ever in human history at the moment. So he doesn't need help at all. He doesn't need no help. His company needs no help. This company needs no help during the pandemic at all. This weird town here in Texas approved to cut Amazon's property taxes for 5 years. So I'm going to play this clip, this suck up clip. This is like that meme when you give billionaires high five and they miss. They don't give a shit about you. This is pretty much what this news story is. So
we're approachable, educational, and genuinely.
Oh my God, this is awful.
Serving
that is really bad.
Healthcare.
You want to talk about fucking pandering? Holy crap!
You just gave Amazon free Willy in your whole town.
Final offer for economic incentives for Amazon. They voted to cut the company's.
She looked mad tired talking about this shit.
5 years and give it $2.5 million to meet goals like creating 500 jobs. It will also have to spend $13.5 million.
You don't need $2.5 million to get 500
While Amazon
jobs.
hasn't made a final decision, earth-moving equipment is all over the 110-acre site of the future 1 million square foot warehouse.
The list doesn't even make any sense to me. So you're giving.
We make it
I don't understand
easy to get your.
I'm so confused. So you're giving. Wait, I gotta put that up again because that made no sense to me. So apparently they're giving them $2.5 million to make 500 jobs, and then giving them $13.5 million to pay people. That's apparently the deal that they're getting, which is like really strange. So
and it's not like Amazon is strapped for cash.
Wait, so what's happening here? So I got to look at this again. I'm sorry, I got to get a double take of this. So $2.5 million to meet the goals, like creating 5 jobs, and then $13.5 million to pay workers every year. Can you explain that to me in the term that doesn't even seem like Amazon is getting a whole bunch of free money?
Well, that's pretty much what it is. That's what it is. Amazon has the money to pay their property taxes and pay their employees.
You're giving them more money. This small
Amazon
town
is paying these high-priced lawyers. They're paying these top-flight lawyers to try to find ways to not do their part in the community. Now, remember, Amazon is also one of those places that make sure that the neighborhood mom and pop businesses get run out of town. They go defunct. So they're harming the community in that way. So it's like, well, why wouldn't you then pay the property taxes that the municipality is going to lose out on when the mom and pop businesses go down? Oh yeah, we don't want to pay that either. So we're just here to make money. And we don't even care if the town actually survives. We're just going to sit here and we're going to make our money. And we just want to make money. So, we don't give a fuck about anything you got going on.
So, and what makes it such a scam is that this is a joke right here. So only one city council member was one to vote no. And the reason why they voted no,
they threw them out the window.
Because Amazon have violated free speech standards by taking social media parlor off its services. That's why they voted no over this. Not the fact that they're taking almost $20 million from your town. So that's making something political when it's totally like, what is that? You know, like,
and they're gonna try to find that $20 million somewhere else. They're gonna be pulling over black and brown people for nothing to hand out summonses and to get people caught up in the prison or the court system. So, they all make up that 20. What is it? Was it 15?
Yeah, 13.5
million. 16 million.
Yeah, 16 million. Yeah,
they don't find that 16 million.
And then the deal with the property taxes. So they're making money off of that as well when they don't have to pay half the property taxes for a giant compound. Have you seen the Amazon warehouse? Have you seen it?
Property taxes normally go to area education, right?
Yeah. And have you seen the Amazon warehouse?
Kids.
Those are like Amazon airports. Stance. Those are fucking giant indoor airports. I mean, and they're not paying half the property taxes. That's crazy. But that's what's going on in Texas. So only one.
Figure if you take money away from education, then that means the kids won't do as well, and then they can, work for minimum wage in the Amazon fulfillment center.
Yeah, they work $15 an hour in the year 2030. So, that's what's going to happen in America. So I want to share another thing that also give context. While like Texas is giving whatever money they have to these giant super corporations that all over the world. I'm gonna tell you, the other day, have you seen? Remember that movie Minority Report when when Tom Cruise, that it's like a quick chase scene when he falls into that highway system that has all the automated cars going by. Yo, word to me. I got up early one day, Sunday morning, to go a quick errand at the supermarket, and I got in the BQE. Where it felt like that. If it was just a sea of Amazon trucks just going in one direction, it was so surreal. It felt so dystopic, yo. It just reminded me of that scene Minority Report. All these automated trucks is going to deliver products from the warehouses and stuff. That's a lot of influence. So other countries around the world are like, yo, you better pay up. We tired of this bullshit. So countries around the world are looking at ways to tax activities by companies like Google. When companies make money in the country but don't have a physical presence here, I'm telling you, these companies are based in Ireland for some reason and like based in random ass countries. So they pay no tax in here. I mean, Amazon finally paid federal tax like 3 years ago in the United States. Before that, they paid no taxes. But the rest of the world is pretty much talking about it. And it's so surreal to see this sentence, like an international debate over how countries tax big U.S. technology companies. The rest of the world is like, this is a problem. Like the United States is kind of let's not give poor people money this year. Maybe $1,000 a month, maybe $1,000 after a year. The rest of the world is like, yo, we got to tax Amazon and Google and then Facebook. This is crazy. If the United States is not going to do it, we're going to fucking do it. So, and it's serious. The midline is so this is what's happening here. Almost 137 countries are resuming negotiations about how to make sure multinational companies don't avoid taxes by shifting properties among the countries. And we reported at the beginning of the GameStop crazy stuff that trillionaires and millionaires made. There's probably trillionaires out there, they just don't want to admit it, that they have assets all over the world that pre-tax and they made the most money since 2006 last year. So this is what they're talking about. They want to access that money that's never going to be seen by nobody ever. This is all they're talking about. This is all the countries are asking for. We know you have assets somewhere that are never going to be seen by no one. You're not going to use it. Please pay up. You're giant companies that are worth more than a whole bunch of other countries. So this is a really great article, and it really breaks it down. Even though Google kind of opposes the taxes, of course everyone's going to oppose the taxes. And finally, at the end, the Treasury Secretary asked about talks by senators during confirmation hearings. So this is still preliminary talks. We can't really say about Biden right now at all because he's still like vacuuming the carpet from what happened last time. So to say what he's going to do about big tech, we have to see. But I'm not really feeling optimistic about that going after tech companies. But But this is why people are so pissed. I mean, you have these giant super corporations making money all over the world and not paying up. So
we're expected to pay.
Yeah, we're expected to pay. And you just heard recently that, you know, the Republicans came out with like another alternative coronavirus plan, which is like the most craziest shit I can, like, who likes this? No, I don't want $2,000. I want $1,000 and no unemployment insurance. So there's some real scam shit in this plan that Biden. That's the thing. Like, yeah,
there are a lot of angry people. You know, I've been looking at Twitter, and I've been seeing a lot of people who are calling out Ossoff and Warnock down in Georgia and calling out Biden because they ran their platforms on $2,000 checks. And then they said, well, you know, the Republicans gave you $600, so we're going to add $1,400 to that. And then we're going to make that. But the thing is, they had already given us the $600.
Yeah.
But you're still running your election campaign on $2,000. And that's what people had a real fucking problem with. Yeah. You keep saying that you're going to give us $2,000 checks. And this is after the $600 had already been given.
Yeah.
And you expect people to be cool with it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I want to show the story about the taxation as to represent almost like the war is raging, like almost like a tariff war against the United States, because the United States refuses to taxes these
companies.
We got
breaking news.
What's going on?
We got breaking news right here on Black Power Magic Hour.
Oh, if it's not
Jeff
breaking.
Bezos steps down as Amazon CEO, will become executive vice chair. Jeff Bezos said Tuesday he will step down as chief executive of Amazon, leaving the helm of the company he founded 27 years ago. Bezos will transition to the role of executive chair in the third quarter of this year, the company said. Andy Jassy, the chief executive of Amazon Web Services, will take over as CEO of Amazon.
So now I feel that's a perfect time to switch back to the live part, because I know people are going to be really talking about that. And like, wow, like Jeff Bezos is going to get in his spaceship and go to Mars finally. Who knows what he's going to do? So follow us on Twitter and Facebook and keep watching us right now. We're going back to us in the present to talk about Jeff Bezos.